What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin, and today we are in the garage studios, and I'm trying to hurry because when the sun gets up higher, it's gonna be very hot. But today in this video, what we have down here is a very long box from EVBase, and I have the Rivian R1T Studios on the side of me because this is an accessory for the Rivian. What it is the running board, but it also says they're rock sliders, so we're gonna go and check that out and we're gonna try and install. And just like my usual fashion, I have not looked at any instructions and we're gonna just hope for the best. So let's get started. Alright, so we are unboxing, and there are labels where it says like driver's side and driver's side tail, and passenger side tail. So these look like they're the support brackets to keep the running boards up, and it comes with tools already. Very nice. I thought I had to get my socket wrench, but we'll see. But these are the tools that it comes with, and it comes with instruction manual. And these are the boards themselves. Pretty heavy. Well, it's gotta be because it's has to be durable. All right, let's take one out. Ooh, very nice. Oh man, oops. All right. Oh gosh, I'm hitting everything in the garage. All right, well, there it is. Got like a nice design, R1T right there. So they had some feedback about the font, and some people will not liking the font, but I think the font itself looks nice. I don't know. What do y'all think about that font? I believe the R1S has R1S there, and they have one where there is no R1T or R1S. Just, I think they're just holes. So it's like universal design or something. But looks pretty nice. Can't wait. All right, so the instruction manual says, before install, please read the instructions carefully to learn how to install. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, so one of the first things I did is I raised the suspension to ride height too high. I could go higher. I'm just on all-purpose mode, but I could go higher if I were to set it to off-road mode. But I think this is sufficient. And I got myself a cardboard box. I'm not gonna break dance for y'all. That was the days before I had aching knees. But I'm just gonna use that so that I could lie on it. But the first things in the instructions it says is there are 3 panels held up with 10mm bolts. I'm gonna try to look under there for y'all and show you what those look like. So I'm thinking it's these guys. There's one in the front, like one in the middle and one in the rear. So I'm gonna try to remove those and go from there. All right, so the 3 panels, here's the front. By the tire, there's actually the screw here, 10mm bolt, sorry, and another 10mm bolt here. And there are little clips so you have to pull towards the outside. It's hard to record down here, but you may be wondering where the jack pucks are. It's right here. Now the center one has no bolts, but the rear one has one bolt. Oh man, can we see that? It's right there. So you only have to remove one bolt in the rear. And it looks like you have to remove all the bolts for the 3 sections before being able to remove all of them, because I believe they're all connected. So you have to remove the 3 bolts, 2 in the front, 1 in the rear, nothing in the center. Okay, I had to raise it up to off-road and highest because don't just pull the panels. There are clips right here. If you forcefully like pull the panel, because those sit like on the edge on this side, they sit right there. So this part right here starts to dangle and you're like, oh okay, it's loose, I could pull. No, be careful, because you could break those clips. I mean, you could always replace them, but it's just more of a headache. But to get to those clips, I had to raise it up. I just didn't have enough room underneath to get in there. So, but this is the jack stand mounts or section, or I forgot what they're called. But anyway, yeah. All right, so far, I wouldn't say hard part, but just more tedious are these clips. So I removed the back to the front. So that's the front, middle panel, rear panel. There are also T20 screws right here. Oops. T20 screws next to the 10mm bolt in the front panel. So be aware of that. You need to remove that as well. Those are the only T20 screws, 2 of them in the front panel. But yeah, these screws are a little hard, but you just use a flathead screwdriver and push here to loosen it up. But make sure, so in the front panel you're looking at 3 clips. In the middle you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and in the rear it looks like you have 4. Just be careful of those. Okay, I think that's it. I'm gonna get a Ziploc bag and gather all the screws so that I can put the stocks back. But yeah, and there's also clips here on this side. You just have to I don't know if you want to say wiggle it, but once it comes loose you could just pull it down, but just be very careful, it might break. Okay, so we ran into a bit of a issue, but not really an issue, and I say we because my neighbor Gonzo is with me helping me. There is a T55 tool that they sent, but the screws are just so tight in there that we had to improvise. What tool is this? This is usually we could when the
this from your jack.
From the the jack. Okay, yeah. Because that's what we usually use if the bolt or the lug nuts on the wheels won't come off. Yeah, so that's what we use for leverage. There's 3 of them. It's pretty tight. It's these screws right here. Oh man. Okay, so the pictures on the instructions are a little hard to view, but once you line up the first one, everything else should fall about the same. So we shall see, because we removed the wrong bolts because I was trying to use the picture. Alright, so we have the running board on top of the brackets. We have these clamps here, and so what we're going to do is we're going to go from the bottom and slide under like this, and then screw it on. We were going to slide it, but you can't slide it, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, and there's 3 sets. We are tightening the brackets first, and we're gonna tighten the clamps next once everything is tight. One thing, so they provide this T55 tool right there on the right. But my neighbor brought his little jack, was it jack stick or something? Yeah. To help like get some leverage on it, because it's really difficult without it. So what you do is you stick it in here. It's kind of like if you're changing a tire and it's just really stuck there. So that's what we did. Something like that. Or if you have an actual T55 like socket to put in a impact driver, it'll work. But we don't have any. I think you had the biggest one you had is like a T40. Yeah. But that's it right there. We got both sides. The second side, the passenger side, was a little bit more simpler, simply because we gotten used to it. But opening the door, there you go. That's the clearance right there. You're about 220, right? Yeah. 220. My neighbor's 220, and he hopped on it. Everything's pretty sturdy. So yeah, that's it. There we go. Yeah. There are leftover bolts and washers, and I'm not sure what they're for. I'm guessing they just have a kit for both R1T and R1S, and they stick it together. But these are the stock screws and stuff for the panels, keeping it in a Ziploc bag along with the tools that it came with. And I'm gonna probably tape up the plastic panels and keep them in the shed, but I'm gonna mark them driver's side and passenger side just so that I don't have to guess. By the way, if you are ever wondering whether or not you could put the panels back under with the running boards installed, you can't. I don't think you can, because the brackets that hold up the running boards are in the way for even the middle one, the middle panel. The middle bracket's in the way. I don't know if you could see that right there. It's not gonna work. One thing I was concerned about that people have mentioned is the jack points. I didn't lift it all the way because it's a 2-ton jack that I have at home, and I don't think that's gonna be strong enough. Usually I've seen people use 2.5 to 3 tons or more. But I just wanted to show you. Also, keep in mind this is only a 2-ton jack, and I guess the size of it, the physical dimensions of it, may be smaller than 2.5 to 3 ton jacks. But I just wanted to show you how much clearance. It's on all-terrain, highest ride height, and this is the front jack point, and it doesn't really affect it, because I was worried that the running boards are gonna get affected by like this part getting in the way. But again, depending on what kind of jack you have, it may affect it, but this one doesn't seem like it. The 2.5 ones are fairly similar to the one I have. This is a Pittsburgh. So, but this is the front, and it's clear. Here's the rear, and unfortunately, my jack is too small because it's already at its highest, and it's not hitting the puck. But I'm just showing you the clearance. It should be okay as long as it doesn't hit the running board. But as you can see, it should be all right. Looks like the jack might even, no, it's about leveled to the board. But yeah, just giving you an idea. If I have a bigger jack, I could show it to you, but it should be all right. I mean, worst case, they could throw it on a lift. But whenever I go to America's Tires for both Tesla and Rivian, they don't throw it on a lift. They jack it up. But if you go to the tire shop, I mean, I'm sure they've ran across running boards before. So I have heard that Rivian may charge extra because this is not a Rivian accessory if you take it to the Rivian service center and they have to remove it, but shouldn't have to. I don't know. Okay, so I was able to borrow my neighbor's jack. He has a 3-ton Pro X1 jack. So this is that jack handle we were using to help us with our leverage. And I put a jack puck under here, and we're gonna go ahead and test it out. Can you see it? Okay, right there. We're gonna go and check it out. All right, so we have clearance on a 3-ton jack, and the running boards. So this is the front jack point, and we have plenty of room. So we're gonna try the rear. All right, so this is the rear, and yes, we have room. Now, do note I'm on my driveway and I don't have it all the way up. I just wanted to make contact with the jack puck. But yeah, do not raise any vehicle on your driveway because it's uneven. Do not do that. I don't have it raised. It's just I have it high enough to make contact, just to show you that there is plenty of room to get a 3-ton jack with the running boards, at least for this size. Okay, so I've been using the running boards. They've been installed for about a week now, and a couple of things I wanted to mention is it does stick out a little bit. I would say about 2.5 inches if you were to compare it to how far the tires stick out, or if the baseline is the tires itself. So it's about 2.5 inches or so. But in the week of using it, everyone loves it. I love it. Abby likes it. So because it does help a lot with going in and out of the truck. Right now I have it on all-purpose, I believe ride height low, and I am on the driveway, so it's a little slanted, but I like the way it looks. Some say that if you raise the ride height high enough, it can protect you from door dings, but I don't normally drive high anyway unless I'm off-roading, which I haven't done yet. So overall, the installation process wasn't too difficult. It took about 2.5 hours for me, and my neighbor helped for 2 reasons. Number one, I'm recording as I am doing the installation. And number 2, I just didn't have I'm not going to say the required tool, but the proper tools to help speed up the process. If I was able to use my impact drill to remove the T55 screws, then I think that would have sped everything up. Also, removing the panels was a little bit time consuming because I was trying to reach for the clips with the flathead screwdriver. Also, looking at the instructions and trying to match up where the holes were, the pictures were a little too fuzzy, not that clear, so I had removed some bolts in the incorrect spots. So that also took time, where I have to re-screw things in, and then I just lined up the brackets, and that was it. I found the correct one. So on the passenger side, we were able to install it in like, I think 15-20 minutes. So it was a bit quicker than the driver's side. I think this is one of my favorite accessories for the Rivian R1T because it's functional and it looks great as well. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to check out the video description for the product links, any discounts that EVBase has provided me to share with you all. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.